Welcome back to the Deep Dive. So today we're jumping into a really big idea, something based on a stack of your notes. It's this claim that perfect love is, well, an actual antidote to human fear. And we're not just talking philosophy here. We want to understand how this divine security is supposed to change our real day-to-day relationships.
Yeah, and it's a great topic for a deep dive because the sources, they immediately set up this tension. We all know what human love is like. It can be so messy, full of anxiety.
Oh, for sure. That fear of rejection or feeling like you have to prove yourself.
Exactly. It's fragile. You're always striving. And these sources promise something that is completely the opposite, a love that isn't fragile at all.
Okay, so let's unpack that. The main premise, right out of 1 John 4, is that perfect love drives out fear. I mean, that sounds incredible, but how do we know it's even real or accessible?
Well, what's so interesting is that the sources don't make it complicated. The proof isn't some big external thing you have to do. It points to two things inside you. First, this assurance that his spirit is in us.
So it's an internal thing, not an external performance.
Right. And second, the condition isn't some complex test. It's just acknowledging, confessing that Jesus is the Savior.
When you say confessing, that sounds a little formal. Are we talking about just a simple belief or something more?
It's really about open acknowledgement, a clear-eyed acceptance of that truth. And that acceptance is what lets you abide, which is just a fancy word for living in a secure place. It means you're anchored.
Right. That anchoring is key.
Yeah.
Because that's where the mechanism really kicks in. The verse says there's no fear in love because perfect love casts it out. So if love is the antidote, what exactly is the fear it's curing?
The sources are very, very precise here. Fear, in this context, has everything to do with punishment.
Punishment. So not just a vague worry, but a fear of judgment.
Exactly. It's that deep, primal insecurity about failing the final test. And I think even our modern anxieties, fear of rejection at work, being clingy in a relationship, they're all just shadows of that one big, unresolved fear.
So this divine love kind of bypasses our need to perform perfectly. But how does being confident about some future judgment help me talk to, a difficult family member tomorrow?
That's the practical shift. When this love is perfected in us, when it's fully realized, the whole reason for fear just disappears. And why? Because the love is stable. It's not on us. We love because he loved us first. And when you really get that, when you realize your foundation is totally outside of your own effort, you can drop the defenses. You can be bold.
Okay, so what does that boldness actually look like? The reflection notes ask a great question. Who are you being called to love boldly? Even, it says, someone difficult.
The writer of 1 John does not mess around. He goes straight for the ultimate test in verse 20. He basically says, if you claim to have this perfect, invisible love for God, who you can't see, but you hate the brother or sister standing right in front of you, the person you can see, well, the source just calls you a liar.
Wow, it's direct. So this perfect love isn't some passive internal feeling, it creates a command.
Absolutely. The two are completely integrated. Whoever loves God must also love their brother. Loving the person you can see is the necessary evidence that this invisible love has actually taken root and driven out your fear.
And that brings us right to the end of our deep dive.
Yeah.
The core takeaway for you seems to be this. The journey to fixing your relationship anxiety doesn't start with you trying harder to be good to people. It starts with really experiencing God's perfect love first. That gives you the security you need to finally act with confidence.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with, if that assurance casts out the ultimate fear of failure, then what's one concrete thing you can do, one action you can take this week to move from just agreeing with this idea of perfect love to actually demonstrating it to someone you find difficult? Because that demonstration, that's the real proof of your freedom.